my segments is going to be, what is he thinking? Today we have Mr. Andrew here, and he's going to give us some insight on what is he thinking. Now, give us a little background on who you are, honey, and
I'm your man.
what makes you qualify.
What makes you qualify for what?
To answer these hard questions that most men don't want to answer.
Because what makes me qualify?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a man, and I'm already content with what I got, so I can tell you ladies, or tell you guys, whatever y'all need to hear, because basically I have nothing to lose.
Okay. First we're going to start with... Guy, you can put it down. Go wait. First we're going to start with today is... The segment is talking about women's hair. And we're going to talk about black women's hair.
Okay.
We're going to talk about natural hair. We're going to talk about weaves. We're going to talk about wigs. This is part one of What Is He Thinking?
All right.
So part one is going to be a series of questions that most men would not answer or even bring up. And I want your full, honest opinion as a man, as a black man who dates an African American woman. And let's jump into it. All right, so question number one. Do men prefer women with weaves, wigs, permed hair, or natural hair?
If it comes to
You have to speak up,
preference,
honey. Go ahead.
if it comes to preference,
Mm-hmm.
they would prefer none of that. No weaves, no perm, none of that. If it came to preference,
Mm-hmm.
that's a preference. But nobody asks us what's our preference. We're thinking that you have the power of your own preference, and you're just presenting to us whatever image you want to present. But if it came to, if we wanted you to wear the weave or the wigs, we'd rather you not. We'd rather you look natural. And the beauty that we see, we'd rather it be natural beauty. That's for anybody. They're attracted to women who are naturally beautiful.
Okay. So, when you say naturally beautiful, we did go over a couple of different hair types and things like that. So, naturally beautiful can be from 3A to 4C. Natural, unpermed, unchemicalized hair. Is that what you're talking about?
What I'm talking about is if you're natural and you look beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
that's attractive.
Well-
Whatever hair type you have, you can wear it in such a way that it looks attractive and it's natural. That's number one on the list. Other than that, you can attract us with the weave and the wig, but we're not thinking about your natural look. We're thinking about whatever you're presenting to us. So if you present to us something attractive, that's what draws us. But what our truest desire is your natural beauty. If we find out that that's not how beautiful you are naturally, that's a problem.
Okay. We're going to get to that in a minute. So, but men are attracted to the wigs and the weaves.
They're attracted to presentation.
Mm-hmm.
If a man wants to, if a man sees a woman with a weave or a wig, and she looks attractive, that's something that will give them reason to pursue them. Now, the fact that she has a wig or a weave tells us that she's looking for attention. No matter what she's thinking, that's what it tells us.
Mm-hmm.
If you're wearing a wig, if you're wearing a weave, you're saying to yourself, oh, I gotta look good because I want somebody to look at me. I need attention. I want somebody to desire me. And we said, okay, if that's what you want, we're coming for you. Because you did a good job with the weave and the wig.
Mm-hmm.
It made me attract to you. Now, the attraction is an image as a print, like a painting. You could create a painting, and the painting looks beautiful, and it was created by an artist. Say, wow, this is a beautiful painting, and that's with a woman with a wig or weave on. Okay, now let's put the picture away. Whatever's left is the reality, and guys would like to have a connection to the reality, not a connection to the picture.
Now, how come men don't say this?
Because they don't think about it. Because men think that the world of women is they say what they want to say and they're stuck with it. It's like it's men against women. We cannot empower or enforce what we desire in women because they rose up to be strong and creating whatever they want. There's women that say, this is my hair because I bought it. And if you say anything about their hair, they get defensive. So why do we speak about the hair? We can't. Women do their thing, and we try our best to just like whatever you present us, because we cannot tell you that, hey, we don't want you to have the wig, we don't have to have the weave, because you're so strong on it. That's what we think. They may not be reality. Women may think that we're doing this for the men.
Right.
But guys think that you're doing it for attention. That's just reality. We just think that you're doing it because you want attention.
Okay, so being that you said that, they may think that we're putting the wigs and the weaves on for attention, but yet and still they still date us, right? With the
Right.
weaves and the wigs?
Right.
Right. Okay. Now, what happens if a man is dating a woman with a weave and a wig, and then one day she walks in and she's really comfortable, and she just takes the wig off in front of him?
Okay.
What is he thinking?
Depends on how she look with the weave or with the wig off.
Because to him, she looks beautiful with the wig on, right?
To him, she's attractive with the wig on. And
Okay.
attractive could mean I would get in the bed with you.
Mm-hmm.
You covered up the ugliness. You got rid of anything that would cause me to say no. You gave me a reason to say yes. As long as you keep that presentation on, I'm going to get what I need out of that. But if you take off the wig and I see you and it is attractive, there could be a connection between me and you, because now I see your reality is still beautiful, and it's like, wow.
So what happens if he thinks that it's not beautiful?
If you think it's not beautiful, then there's many ways a man can respond to that. One could be, I'm already in here and I'm a good guy. I'm not going to run away from this, even though I'm not attracted to it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could be a person that's just like, oh, I got to find a way out of here. I'm a nice guy, but I got to get out of here. I got to, find a way to get out this connection we got.
Okay.
And then you have the person that it just straight up and say, she ain't seeing me anymore.
Okay. So about women with natural hair.
Right.
There's a lot of struggles that African American women have, or any black female has. I shouldn't say African American. Any black person, any black female with natural hair, they have natural struggles with their hair because it's not the typical hair that you see on the videos, on TV, or walking out in the street. It's almost like kind of like taboo. It's like the new fad now with having natural hair. But how do guys, when you are talking amongst your friends and your boys, what do they say about women with natural hair? Is it accepted amongst them, or is it not accepted?
And see, you have to understand that either you look good naturally or you don't look good naturally. if you're looking naturally, that's the one everybody's fighting for. They pushing other guys away to get this person, and when they get them, that's something they want to keep. The majority would focus on that person. If there's many girls, let's say, for example, I'm on a job. I have a job, and there's different women out there. The men will talk about the woman, and the woman will talk about the men. The men will look at the woman and see all the presentations with the wigs and weaves, and say, "Oh, I would like to sleep with that
Hit
one.
that, yeah.
I'll have to do this, I'll do that, I'll bag that." But then when they see the natural, they vaguely speak derogatory towards that person. Say, "Oh, she looks good," blah, blah, blah. But they, in the back of their mind, they say, "Oh, that's the one I gotta get." There's a connection to the natural beauty.
Okay. Go ahead.
There's two types of attractiveness. There's a sexy attractiveness and there's a wifey attractiveness.
But we didn't get to that segment yet, honey. We're talking about hair. This is a segment about what is he thinking about hair.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when a man and a female come together, and, you know, we're talking about natural hair, and he sees her go to bed at night, and most women have to two-strand twist, which I showed you on the videos, like they twist their hair, you know, and it's not like they could just go lay down on the pillow with their hair out, you know, they have to twist it up, put it in a scarf, and XYZ, and
Right.
so what is he thinking about that?
About the scarf?
About the twisting of the hair, about
But
the
if she
scarf.
has it in a scarf, how is he having any thought about it?
I mean, what is he thinking about
He's
it?
not thinking at all about it.
He's not.
No.
What is he thinking about when she twists it?
He's just thinking she's doing something with her hair. Period.
Okay. Okay.
And she doesn't have to have any look. As long as we know that she's doing something,
Mhm.
we just think it's a woman thing. It's just something that women do.
Okay.
But if we wake up in the morning
Mhm.
and she walks around the house with that, that's another cool perspective
Okay.
you can share, because that's something I can answer.
So if she wakes up in the morning, she walks around the house with it. That means what?
Then, if she doesn't leave the house, she's all good.
Right.
If she leaves the house with it, then that's where the problem is.
And what's the problem?
The problem is, how could you walk out the house looking like that?
Okay.
Now,
And
if
how
she
come he
didn't
doesn't say anything to
communicate-
her?
Because, like I said before, women have their own world that we can't touch
Mhm.
in our minds. They dress a certain way, they act a certain way, and that's a way we can't touch. We can't make an opinion on it because it's like a movement. It's a movement for females to act a certain way, and for us to even talk, all the women of the world would jump on us for responding to it. And that's how we think. So we just say, okay, we're going to have to accept that and just react the way we react.
Which is what?
We'll just take it for what it is and then just get what we get out of it.
Okay.
And I think that if men thought that women really cared about what we think,
Mhm.
then they would speak. But because they wear the things that they wear and we can't say anything, even if we say something, they still wear it, that's in that woman movement. And we cannot say anything. Because if a woman comes to us and she's dressed a certain way that we disapprove of,
Okay, honey, we're not talking about that. We're talking about dressing. We're still talking about hair. Okay. What if the man never seen the woman in her natural state? He's always seen her with the weaves.
okay,
And that's one of my questions. And part 2 of that question will be, how does a man feel if he does disapprove of the weaves? How does he feel when his woman comes and asks him for a couple dollars to get her hair done?
okay, there's different types of men. There's a man that accepts the box that he's in. If he's in a box where the best he can get is a girl in his weave, he's going to love his weave goddess.
Okay.
And
Now
he's
we're
gonna
getting
treat her
somewhere.
a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to love her, but it comes from a mentality of women have weave, period, in his mind. And a natural woman to him, that type of person is equal to any woman with weave or without weave.
Okay. And what
So-
about the paying for the hair if you don't approve for
If he doesn't approve of it,
like if he's not boisterous of that, he doesn't like the weaves and the wigs. But his woman comes and I say, "Oh, I need to get my hair done. Can I get a couple extra dollars?"
okay. In my own personal feeling towards that, if my woman, which is you,
Mm-hmm.
says she want money for some weave, I would give her money for weave because I already know how she looks natural. When I'm content with her natural look, she can do whatever she want with her because I'm already stuck on the natural. Natural is the core of the person. As long as I know what the core looks like, anything else could happen because the core still exists. Now, for a guy in the streets, if he didn't approve of weave, I don't think he would want to support it or give money towards it because he's trying to convince her that he wants her to be natural. If you don't look good for me, then you must be looking good for somebody else.
Okay. Okay, all right. Those are good answers. Well, this is a segment about what is he thinking. And the next upcoming segment will be about women and... Actually, I can ask you this question now. What does a guy think or say when he feels like his woman's hair is stinking? The weave is smelling, it's looking raggedy. The wig is stinking.
All depends. If it was a person that he was just trying to get some from, he won't say nothing. He would just ignore the stink, get what he can get.
He will ignore the stink.
And get out of there, yes. Because there's reasons why he seek that person. Maybe she has a booty that was bothering him for all his life, and he's like, "Oh, I got to hit this. I gotta tap that." No matter if she gave it to him, he smells this thing like, "Oof," but I gotta finish this because this is what I've been. It's a messed up world. This is how the guys think. But if he knows he can continue, he's not gonna say anything to her because what a guy needs to do is keep her happy so he could continue to do what he seeks to do. If it came to something serious, if a woman's hair stinks and she's wearing a weave, he would say something to her. He would, if he cared. Now that's the guy that is okay with the wig. If he cared about the wig, he would say something about it. He would say, "Honey, when's the last time you washed this? Or is it supposed to get washed? I mean, this really smells bad." And he would tell her because if he's in there with her, he knows that she wants to be with him.
Right.
These are the things he would say, and he wants to be with her. But if he doesn't really want to be with her, he's not gonna say none of that stuff.
Now, this is my last question, so we move on to our next segment of what he's thinking. Can a man tell when he first meets a woman if her hair is a wig, a weave, or is it natural?
Now, you can't just say that because there's different types of men. Men that are experienced with women. There's men that don't know no better. Now, me, myself, I could tell when somebody's wearing a wig.
A wig?
A wig, a weave, whatever, I can just tell.
How can you tell, honey?
Okay, the wig, the bump. There's an extra bump that is there. You can tell. All you have to do is imagine the shape of a person's head. That's not a normal shape, then that's a wig. If it's a weave, there is something in there that you can see that's different in the front and in the back. I mean, I can't explain it, but I can tell. Now, somebody who doesn't know no better would, if you tell him that it's real, he'll believe it's real.
Mm-hmm.
But men automatically think everything's fake until you tell him that something's real.
Okay.
And if it's fake and you tell him it's real, he's going to believe you.
I do have a personal question, and you can decline to answer it. I did say my other question was the last question, but during sex, how does a man feel about the woman when she's wearing the weaves and the wigs, like grabbing and pulling the hair and, you know, things like that? Like, how does he feel? Does that messes with their...
That is in the total control of the female.
Mm-hmm.
If the female has a problem with the grabbing and thing, then that's it. All bets are off. You say, you know what? You messed everything up for me. I wanted to grab. I wanted to do all this stuff, and you have an attitude with me grabbing your wig, and he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
If he was just there for booty, then he would give you an attitude, but he's gonna call you up later on.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's somebody that want to be serious with you,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to be serious with this man, and you tell he's grabbing your weave or your wig, and you have a problem with it, if you're serious with him, you can find out if he's serious with you based on his response.
Okay.
If he's gonna submit to what you're saying, you can say that he's trying. He might wanna be with you. But if he has a problem with it, then he's just there for booty.
Okay. Well, that concludes the segment part 1 of What Is He Thinking? We will do one once a week from now on. And it's good for women to have insight on what men are thinking, because men think they know what women are thinking half the time, but it's good to have a good, solid reference from a black male.
I mean, women think what men is thinking.
You know what it is? Both sides think they know what they think they know that they know the opposite sex. Let's put it that way.
I was just on this segment, so I thought we was talking about this segment.
Anyway, so we'll get back to you, and thanks for listening and thanks for watching. If you liked our video, hit like and subscribe. Thank you. Have a good
Love
day.
you, honey.
I love you too, boo.